Welkom in the City Hall of Enschede. I am Marianne Schouten, GroenLinks, and I invited Students for Future here to tell their speech again because they did a speech last week and I really liked it and I think a lot of people have to hear it. So we changed the camera view. Thank you. And here comes the speech.
Hello everyone, we are Students for Future. I'm Rika and I'm a psychology student at the UT.
And I'm Rania.
And I'm Jana.
And we're also studying psychology at the UT.
Yeah, and we stand here today not as experts, but as concerned students, two out of millions around the world who want to solve our climate crisis together. We represent Students for Future here in Enschede because we believe that it's more than urgent to start acting now.
I've been asked to write a speech on global warming back in high school, and until now nothing really has changed. Or at least promises ring hollow when the fossil fuels industry still receives trillions in subsidies, or when countries are still building coal plants, or when carbon is still without a price, distorting markets and investors' decisions.
Climate change is not something that is about to happen. It is not something that suddenly appears out of nowhere. It is happening right now. And it also happened yesterday, and it will happen tomorrow. The consequences are more than clear, and it's much worse than we all think. Just thinking about the last year makes this more apparent. In my state in Germany, floodings destroyed the houses of thousands. When I was in Italy for holiday, wildfires were just around the corner. And when I talked to a friend who visited Pakistan, he told me about the enormous heat waves of 50 degrees he experienced, and that was just last month. According to the IPCC's 6th assessment report on the state of our climate, the past decade has been the hottest period in the last 125,000 years. And when we think about it, today is the year 2022. So even in another 123,000 years before Christ, it has never been that hot. And this is only the top of the iceberg.
Speaking about icebergs, we are losing 83 billion tons of ice each year. And this can be so hard to comprehend because we're speaking about volumes that are beyond our comprehension. So to help you put that into perspective, we're losing the amount of ice of Mount Everest is disappearing every 2 years. Keeping the 1.5 degrees maximum within reach means reducing emissions globally by 45% by 2030. This goal has been agreed on in the Paris Agreement by 196 countries. And there is a 50-50 chance that this 1.5 degree maximum will already be reached within the next 5 years with the actions taken today by our governments. Since we are in the Netherlands, here in Enschede, let's talk about the situation over here. The sweeping dunes of the Frisian Islands, the seaside resorts of Zealand, and the bustling port of Rotterdam, which is the biggest port in entire Europe, will one day be returned to sea, say scientists, if climate change cannot be halted. Today, almost half of the Netherlands' 17 million inhabitants live along the coast or in regions which are below sea level. Even 26% of the entire Netherlands are beyond sea levels. The infrastructure today will not protect Amsterdam forever. Meteorologists from Utrecht University say that a controlled withdrawal will even have to be considered.
And those experts also say that it's much cheaper to start acting now and to start investing in climate protection now than paying for the damage that is already happening, like right now, which we can see later on. But just having the discussion about what is going to be cheaper already shows the impact of money in our world. And we can say that capitalism, how it is happening today, is one of the reasons for climate change. The hunt for enhancing capital means the ruining of ecological infrastructure and the exploitation of nature and minorities. Not every human being is equally responsible for climate change, but our future was and is sold, so that a small amount of people can make unimaginable amounts of money. Climate activists are sometimes depicted as radicals, but what I can say, the truly dangerous radicals are the governments that are still increasing the production of fossil fuels.
Every country, every city, every company and every financial institution must radically, credibly and verifiably reduce their carbon emissions and decarbonize their portfolio starting now. A number of countries committed to working collectively to halt and reverse forest loss and land degradation by 2030. We need meaningful, concrete actions and results in the 2020s already. We demand Enschede as a city to finally declare climate emergency, make climate justice priority. We have to stand closer than ever before. Only together we can fight this climate crisis. And climate change doesn't know borders and poses us all with an existential threat.
And that's why we are here today. So we invite you all to stand up and be loud for our claims of a good and livable future.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for doing it. And if I may ask one more question, how do you feel about your future?
Concerned.
Yeah, very concerned.
It was a good word.
But we still have hope that something can be changed, but we know that there isn't a lot of time to do this. So we think it's really, really important to demand climate justice now, as urgently as possible.
Yeah, we need change to happen now.
Is that the reason why you started Scientists for Future? Or the Students for Future?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we started it to be loud for what we believe in and to make governments and councils aware that there are people who care for their future.
So if you want to say something to the people in Enschede and maybe my colleagues, what would that be?
We would like you to, together with us, fight for a livable future where we are looking forward to, and also you and your children and even your grandchildren who also would like to live in a world where the polar bears still have ice to live on, and where Amsterdam is still as nice as it is today, because with rising ocean levels, it really becomes a threat.
Yeah.
Thank you.